This
Yes,
every day. One second. Hello, folks.
there you are.
For those of you that may not recognize my face, I'm Don Emilio Zeno. I'm the messenger on social media like the X platform, Facebook. Yeah, I'm addicted just like the rest of you. And I cover all kinds of subject matters, for example, on ET, UFO, UAP matters. That's my night job. In the daytime, I interview very, very serious people that make a difference in the world. And I mean a difference. So I'm asking you, please, I know there's billions of videos out there. Don't waste your time on looking on sexual videos where bimbos try to get 1 million hits. We're in a serious crisis right now from plausible World War III. No, and I'm not trying to scare, fearmonger you. I'm telling you what I'm seeing as per my connections. All these sightings on UFOs, there's a reason why that's happening, and no one is opening their mouths. And it has nothing to do with politics, really. It has to do with the coming of age 2025. Today, we are December 19th, 2024, and I had to get these two gentlemen on board in order for you to listen closely as to what they've got to offer as a life-changing experience in the alternative fuel business that could change your life forever. Please help me welcome, first and foremost, the founder, Mr. Nick, aka Nino DeSantis, who's an NGO non-governmental official for United Nations, and his advisor, if you want to call it from technical's point of view. So, gentlemen, please identify yourselves and welcome to this short video.
Thank you, Don Emilio, and hello, world. Again, my name is Nino Mario Nick DeSantis. I'm a former senior technology advisor for the United Nations Association of America, California chapter, also an NGO, non-governmental official. Today with me is our technical director, Paul Cavalieri, who's very knowledgeable in the electronic world. We'll be discussing two topics that we represent. One is free, clean steam that's been around for the beginning of transportation. And the second one is the famous Nikola Tesla perpetual magnetic engine that the patent was issued in 1888. First, I'd like to start with the free, clean steam, since it was the beginning of transportation with the steam train. If you all remember, it was 50% steam and 50% a burning product of either coal or wood. To make steam, you need heat. So at the beginning, we had dirty coal, then we had wood, which wasn't as dirty, but now we have alcohol, the only fuel that you can drink. But you can never have more than 50%, which is what we've achieved in the last 45 years, starting with the police department in Miami, Florida, where we doubled the mileage on a police car using steam, which is water, the heat of the engine, converting to steam. And then we won against the electric car in California in 1991 because the judges said we were more sustainable, more practical, because the majority of the world has used cars, used trucks, and poor countries can't afford to buy any type of new electric car. But being that the original Nikola Tesla patent has never been developed, we are developing it. Why? Because it's the ultimate in free energy, 100%, versus we're 50%. Now, we're good. 50% steam, I'm sure all of you want to save 50%. Now, the problem we have, both us and the Nikola Tesla, even worse, is that the companies, none of them want to lose 50% of their profits, and the government as well doesn't want to lose 50%, and especially 100%. The Nikola Tesla patent is 100%. So you may wonder why the famous Tesla car is not developing the original true Nikola Tesla patent, which would be the ultimate electric car, perpetual magnetic engine. You wouldn't have to pay for electricity to charge the car. Now, that's a big problem because if the companies can't make a profit, then we have a problem. And if the governments can't make a profit, so what do? It's been since 1888 that it's been available. And all of the multi-billion-dollar corporations and people with money could have done it. But they all know what I just said to you. They all know that it's not going to work where nobody works for free. Nobody works and has a company or a government that doesn't make money. It costs money to operate the company, and it costs money to operate the government. So now we have a dilemma. So in our case, what we've done, I'm stationed in the marine capital of Quebec, Canada, St. Paul au Nord. Now, why is that? Because now we are developing the only place in the world that you don't have the problem of what I just said is in the water, in the ocean. Once you're 18 miles away from any country and you fly no flags, you can have free energy. So we're developing right now the original Nikola Tesla engine for the marine industry. I'm talking to you right now on top of a factory that's located in the marine capital for the reason that we are going to develop, and I'm one of the few captains that lived on a yacht for 3 years in Miami Beach. It's the most beautiful part of my life. So we're developing a hovercraft and also a solar wind hovercraft that will be self-sufficient right here. And we are now inviting you to come and get involved with us in what we're going to call the marine water world free energy. Now, once the world recognizes and sees millions of people with free energy in the water world, we can then hopefully start on land. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult.
Nino,
Elon Musk.
Nino, thank you for that excellent representation of what's available to us as humanity. Do you want to allow Paul Cavalieri to put in his comments on what more specifically that you're working on in order for this video to reach out to plausible angel investors, plausible people that want to make a difference, and they don't want to be remembered as the richest people in the cemetery, but they want to be remembered as a Tesla person of some kind, having made a difference for humanity.
Yes, amen. Okay, I'd like to say this. I've known Nino for 20 years. He's very devoted and he's focused on the business. And I've been working with him. And before that, I was researching energy and I'm 100% for the water injection pump. But the free energy, it's what really captured me. I've been studying the equations of Maxwell, the original form of the equation of Maxwell for electricity. Maxwell is the one who wrote the first book on the equations. And there is one problem with these books that we read today on electricity, is that they are all curtailed and cut short because the author of the book, the one that was the editor of the book, asked Maxwell to make it simple for the engineers to develop motors and everything, because the equations were a little bit complicated. They are hyper complex equations in 11 unknowns, and therefore it's not so easy to read. You must have a knowledge of what is called quaternion physics, hyper complex quaternion physics. I discovered a Polish engineer who wrote it all down in quaternion physics. Now, this is the only way we can see the free energy and the equations. You can't see it in university textbooks because they don't focus on these equations. They simplify it too much. Therefore, they take out half the physics is out. But once you look at the real equations as were meant, there is two kinds of energy. There's Hertzian energy and there's scalar energy. The scalar energy is the one we need to focus on. Now, the equations, they show it very, very well. It's called parametric capacitance or parametric inductance. There's two kinds. The magnetic type of free energy is inductance. The other one is capacitive. We can use car batteries. Let me explain to you how this works really, because I've discovered why the Tesla pump in the form of four car batteries work. I've discovered it through these equations. You see, when you vary the capacitance of a system, then you invite scalar energy and you invite the investments of the neutronic investment that's in space already. So there's nothing for really,
Paul,
really,
excuse me,
yes,
before you get really technical on us and you're starting to lose guys like me with my high school education, I want to go
yes,
back to Nino and ask him a cardinal question for which
yeah,
I know he'll give me the short answer of it. Otherwise, we're going to be here forever. And we're already nearing our 15 minutes, and I want to sort of wrap it
yeah.
up, you
But
know.
I'll do it fast after you finish. I'll
Yes,
make
yes,
it
yes,
fast.
fine. And
Okay.
I'll leave you the last word.
Okay.
Nick, we're in 2025 pretty soon, a month away. What's stopping? What's stopping? I think you mentioned something before. I think I know the answer because I grew up in the last 70 years understanding that money equals power equals sex. And that's what the cabals live for. That's their God. Money equals power equals sex. And I use that excerpt in a lot of my posts when doing social media. Why? Because I know it's true. Because these cabals, governments alike with their heavy tax dollars, are not going to let any Jesus Christ Savior come and save the planet with free energy. So let's put the free energy aside for a moment in our minds. What's wrong with coming out with a system thanks to you because of your invention that I know of that could save people, let's say 30, even 40% on their gas bill? What's wrong? You're not eliminating gasoline, but why are these people so afraid of guys like you? Could you please answer me that once and for all?
The short answer is profit per gallon of any fuel, so that anyone and everyone, including the government, it's what you just finished saying. It boils down to one word: profits. So the minute that you've got either 50% or 100%, especially, you have no profits. So it's a big problem. And that's what we're facing, which is why I said, and I'm in the marine industry now, the advantage that we have over Nikola Tesla, as famous as he is, we've already been on the stock exchange. We've already sold the patent rights to China and India. We've sold thousands of the 50% saving kits. So we do have a foot on success and profits. And we've gone to the countries. We just got Africa involved as well. So sooner or later, according to what we've already achieved, we will get a chunk of the world market, maybe not the important ones like America and UAE, United Arab Emirates, but we don't need them. If we've already got China and India and Africa, we've already got more than 2/3 of the world. So to answer your question, we're there. Now I've sort of offered the insurance industry that's paying the bills for all of the problems of the climate change, and some of them are going bankrupt in Bermuda, to be partners with them and go back on the stock exchange. We've already been on the stock exchange with China one time. We're going to go back this time with China and the insurance industry. Now we're going to have some power. When you've got both China and the insurance industry, you got a chance to succeed. Otherwise, you don't.
Nino, Paul, I haven't forgotten about you. Like I said, I'm going to leave you the last word from a
Okay.
technical point of view. But Nino, that's all fine and dandy. Do you honestly believe that we're very close to landing something? And if so, what kind of help do you need from outsiders? And I don't mean help with guys like me helping you to vehiculate your thoughts or Paul, who's technically inclined. What kind of help do you need to really now in 2025, not in 2100, because you and I and Paul are not going to be here, and we all know that song very well. What do you need? Give it to us.
Most important deal is what's called deal makers, mega mergers. The last time we went public with a Chinese company called Golden Spirit Enterprises from China, we were on the stock exchange, and on Earth Day, the stock went up 600% in one day. Now we wanted to go with all of the insurance companies. So the people that can help us the most are the people that are called deal makers. Deal makers are like marriage counselors that put deals together. So your video and these people that look at this and hear this, and they say, well, listen, they got one company already going. They've already been on the market one time. They've already sold China and India. We should be able to make a deal and marry them with all the insurance company, over 1,000 insurance company. Then we become the Rock of Gibraltar. Then the oil industry and the electric car industry has got a problem because we're no longer a lightweight. We become a heavyweight. In the world of business, you must have the same as every country. It's the allies. When you go to war, that's why America, they're afraid because they're strong. And China is strong. So both of them are superpowers. Now we need to be in with the superpowers. So to answer your question, and everyone that's seeing this needs to get involved and say, listen, we can help you make a deal with Brazil, or we can help you make a deal with Argentina, or we can make, and all of the 200 countries in the world, if we've got 100 countries, nobody's going to stop us.
Case closed. Paul, you've got 2 minutes to end this here meeting because our time is running out
Okay.
as per
Yeah, thank
Zoom
you.
rules.
Thank you, Don. Yeah. The bottom line is we are developing a Tesla pump with car batteries, and we have some new electronics to switch. And we're also developing right now is 4 car batteries. We're developing 3 car batteries. And with this device, there's 2 possibilities. One clockwise, the other one anti-clockwise for the rotation of the signaling. So we are working on it, and it's a fantastic project, which will give us free energy. And if you'd like to participate, let us know through Nino, okay? Because our project is really fantastic, and it works.
I'm interested in buying whatever services you're going to provide because I
Yeah.
need to save money. It's paramount for me. And by the way, folks, notice as a proud North American, born and raised in North America, come on, guys, wake up because our Asian brothers and sisters are aggressively going to take power in the alternative fuel field. How do I know this? I'm heavily involved in the stock market and I know these things because I research. Keep an eye out for China, namely BYD. Buy your dreams. Let me tell you something 2025 is going to be a hell of a revealing year. And for you other folks that can't sleep at night, look up there in the sky. It's going to be some heavy shit happening from a UFO standpoint. On this, I'd like to thank my 2 guests, Mr. Nino Nick DeSantis. Thank you for being with us, and Paul Cavalieri, his technical director, here on this very special video podcast. And by the way, happy holidays to you all and wishing you all the best for 2025. Have a nice
Well,
one.
thank you, Don. Have a nice Christmas time.
Yeah, thank you.
Holidays. Okay.